What is going on YouTube? Welcome to today's session. My sessions on leg days are mainly starting with two things: calves and glutes. These are two areas that I'm trying to improve, that I'm trying to grow muscle on, that I feel are lagging behind in terms of my physique, and I want to improve on that. So I always try and start my leg sessions with either calves or glutes, because at the beginning of the session, I'm going to be a lot more fresher. So I'm going to get a lot more out of those 2 or 3 exercises at the beginning of the session than I am as I fatigue towards the end of the session. So I really focus on the things I want to work on first in the session, and then as the session progresses towards the end of the session and the middle of the session, I'll be doing things that I just want to maintain, because you can't grow muscle across the whole session due to the fact that we do fatigue as we go along. So we're going to start first with some cable kickbacks for the glute max. Let's go. So let's talk about warm-ups. In every session that I do, if I'm doing, for example, glutes as I am in this first exercise, I always warm up with the exercise that I'm about to do. I don't do any other type of warm-ups on the bike or any type of mobility work. I feel like when I come into the gym, my main thought process is exercising on the areas I need to improve on. Now, there's nothing wrong with maybe doing a bit of dynamic movement if you want to, a bit of warming up on a cardio machine if that's what you want to do. But to me, I want to be as efficient as I can while I'm in here. I don't want to be in the gym more than 45 minutes to an hour. So I really want to maximize the time that I'm in here. So warm-up time, basically, I'll do one. I just did 8 on each leg, lightweight. I'll increase the weight now by about 30%, and I'll do maybe 4 reps on each leg. And then if I feel good, I'll go straight to my working set. If I don't feel as good, I might do another warm-up set, maybe 1 or 2 reps on a heavier weight, and then I'll go for the working set. So this is going to be the second warm-up set now. So that'll be 4 on this leg, 4 on the other leg. That felt pretty good. So most likely I'll be going straight into my working set. So 2 warm-up sets straight in. Because I'm also working the glute in a more contracted position, I feel more comfortable going straight in. If I was maybe doing a lengthened position exercise, for example, Bulgarian split squat, it may take you another warm-up set to then go into the working set. But you're going to go by feel, and you'll know yourself better than anybody else. So last time on this exercise, I got the full stack for 5 reps. So the goal is to try and beat the 5 reps on this today. Let's see how we get on. Do that. Good 6 quality reps in the bank. The next movement we're going to do is going to be focusing on the glute max, but now working more from the lengthened position to the short position, but focusing more on the top range here where I'm lengthening the glute. I've already done 2 working sets on the glute kickback, and so now I'm only going to do 1 working set on each leg, and that's it for glutes, and then we'll move on. You may be thinking, well, that's not enough working sets. But this is something we're going to be going into as these videos go on. I'm going to try and explain to you the science behind my thought processes, the way I train, the way I like to train myself based on my own goals, based on my own experience, based on how long I've been training, my injury from the past, things that I'm dealing with now. But also I'll try to explain to you how you can incorporate that into your own training, into your own life, how I do it with some of my clients. So you're going to get stuff to take away and apply it to your own training. Because the way I do things is very, very different from the most of what you see out there in terms of what you see in the gym. You typically see someone coming in, doing an exercise, 3 sets of 10 to 12, moving on, 3 sets 10 to 12, 3 sets 10 to 12 in every exercise. There's no thought process behind that. So I want to give you more stuff for you to think about, for you to take away and try and apply it and try it and see how that works out for you. So let's get into it. So on this exercise, last time I did it, I got 85 for a full stack for 5 reps. Let's see, again, the goal is progressive overload. Let's see if we can improve on that this week. So one more rep there, which I'm happy with. The probably question you have in your mind is, do I go straight now onto the left leg? And the answer to that comes down to how much that took out of you. So for me, because I'm working the length and range on this exercise, I'm going to give myself at least 2 minutes before I go into the left leg. And then that'll be done in terms of glutes for today. We're moving on to a leg extension. Really, for me, the key with the leg extension today is to really focus on that top range, the shortened position of the quad. Really try and get to the top bit and really try and squeeze there and hold there for at least a second to really get the most out of that contracted position. So there's nothing wrong with just working the bottom range of the exercise as well if you want to. There's definitely a room for that, and typically I have 2 leg sessions a week. On today's session, I'm focusing more on the top range, so I can't go as heavy. On the other leg session that I do, I focus more on the bottom to mid range, and there allows me to go a little bit heavier because I'm always going to be stronger in the lengthen to mid position, and I'm always going to be weaker in the short position, and that'll be the same for you. So key points here for me today is to really try and progressively get higher reps or weights compared to the previous week, and stability is key in this exercise. So I always wear a belt around me. So 2 working sets. Again, quads can actually take quite a bit of work in terms of compared to some of the muscles. For example, compared to hamstrings, quads can take more work. They recover quicker. And so I'm doing 2 working sets now on the quads, on the short range, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So you're going to see me doing a lot of things here on the leg press, and that's just to make things nice and comfortable for me, nice and stable. The more comfortable I am, the more stable I am, the more I'm going to get out of the exercise. So this, first of all, is going to give me a bit more height to the top because of the thickness of it. So if I pop that here, I'm able to get a bit high on the machine, which is what I want to do to get that quad as contracted as possible. Then I'm going to make sure that I've got this black bit here so it doesn't hurt my knees underneath. Again, if there's no pain anywhere else, I can really just focus on the exercise. And this machine here is quite hard. At the bottom here, as I get heavy, it gets harder, then it digs into my leg, pain comes, I can't finish the movement the way I want to finish the movement, so I'll put that padding there to help me. And the other thing that I do is a belt for stability. The more stable I am, the more force I can generate with the quads. So this allows me to really get into the machine. So now my bum is not going to want to lift as much because I'm stable. I also use my hands on the handles and pull myself hard towards the ceiling to really get my bum on there so that my knees are not taking over the movement, because as the weight goes up, my bum is going to want to lift. So the belt and my hands are going to stop that from happening. So, got 5 reps on this last time. Let's try and see what we can get this time. 2 more reps. Must be because I'm doing this for you guys on YouTube. We're moving on to a seated leg curl, focusing on the length and range of the hamstring. Here, I'm doing 1 working set only. This is maintenance. We're getting towards the end of the workout now. I'm not trying to beat any records. However, I'm still going to aim for progressive overload, for sure. But 1 working set only, and we'll go for it. Again, very important here, stability is key. So belt, one of the biggest things with this exercise, as we come down, our lower back tends to want to arch. So we can push hard, but even as it gets heavy, that still wants to happen. So I love to pop this around my waist, because that just keeps me from wanting to arch my back. So very important this belt is. Nice and tight through here now. So now it's not going to be as much going through there. So progressive overload, let's try our best. I use this because this is so hard. When it presses down into my quads, it kills. So obviously not man enough to deal with it. So I need a bit of a soft cushion there. Right, let's get this show on the road. Nice and tight. One more. Come on. So final exercise, the Cybex adductor. Again, this is working pretty much length and range of the adductors, length into mid-range. Only 1 working set as well. Again, maintenance is the goal here. I got full stack last time for 5 reps. So we'll see what we can get out of there. And that's the session done. So hopefully, guys, I'm going to do this 1 set. You've liked the video. The more you like these videos, the more you share, the more you comment, the more of them I'll make. I really want them to be just me training in the gym, being totally honest with you, but I also want it to be an education thing for you. It's not necessarily me showing you how to exercise or what you're going to do in the gym, or for you to copy my actual training plan, because that's not going to be good for you. What I want you to do really in the long run is understand why I do what I do and how you can apply those methods to your own training to make your training better so that you can improve. And so there's going to be a few training videos like this. There's going to be a few education videos, just me talking to you, maybe on a whiteboard. There'll be a few reels on the YouTube reels. You'll be able to see 60-second videos of me just talking to educate you as much as possible. But the goal really is to give you a lot of value. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Let's get on and finish this session.